Okay.
Okay, so for making a cropping and pasting photo, I'm kind of doing this while sort of halfway drunk. So first you need the actual photo you need to do. So if this will load in, that's me. Okay, so even though it's a really crappy quality, please bear with me. So what you do is usually you get between either this tool right here. You take this tool because it crops it out. You don't want like this one or just purely erasing because it will take a lot of time. So when doing it, you gotta get a choice of magnetic lasso or polygonal lasso. The difference between these two, the magnetic lasso is more by itself, as you can see. It leads through the edges and goes by itself. The only thing that's wrong with it, it's it's f***ing wonky. Ah!
Nice.
It's really, really f***ing wonky. So as you saw right there, it's really wonky, and I don't like that because I'm a perfectionist and a real person. So, yeah, shut up, Cyrus. So, what I would do is just use a polygonal lasso because it's more precise with its movement. And how am I doing this with the little deletions? I'm just pressing the delete button each time, so it just deletes each cut or edit I make. So look, like that, pressing delete, 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 delete. Anyway, back on topic, we just cut, because these are kind of easy, like up to here, I'm just going to use a magnetic lasso and just slowly trace my mouse around it and just trace this off. And I'll trace this off right now. And then what I do here actually, I'll show that again. I'm going to go up here, trace again, and then I'm just gonna make like a little circle and select the area. And when you do select this, your layer will be locked. Make sure you unlock it by clicking it, and then it will unlock the layer. So after you unlock the layer, you just select it, and then with this, you just simply press delete, and it'll delete that layer. And take that thing off. And I'm playing Destiny 2 in the back, so shut up. Okay, so I'm just deleting the rest of this in the back, just simply, so it'll be easier on my end. You do that by either doing the same thing with the selection tool or like using this tool up here, which is easy. Now I'm gonna delete my sister. Goodbye.
Ooh, Monica.
Shut up. Ew, that's disgusting. Anyway, let's delete my crotch area here. No, that's actually kind of bad. Yeah, again, that's why I don't use a magnetic as much. I only use it for like special reasons because I'm lazy and I do not like sometimes using polygonal. By the way, for feathering, it shows like how much you're cutting it, and so it looks more realistic. I usually go for half a pixel. It's entirely your choice, but I recommend half a pixel. Anyway, going on, just gonna crop all this out. To be honest, it's entirely your choice how you want to crop it out. Like, for me, it's usually work around, not like completely delete each part. I'm gonna be lazy with this and not crop out like the parts of my glasses or whatever, and just crop out parts of my hair because I am a complete lazy ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not explaining this to you, shut up. I'm explaining for people who are watching this, not to Cyrus. Okay, so that was kind of a bad selection, but I'm just gonna erase this right here with the eraser, so don't worry about that. Okay, so this is your selection. And what you can do is, with this, anything you really want, you know, put in a World War II meme, I don't give a f***. So, we're just gonna take this and select it. How are we gonna select it? Well, what we can do is two things, actually. We either use the regular selection tool, just like that, and stop texting me, whoever that was. Bitch. And then we can move this around, and just like that, by going from selection, as I can see again, selection tool, and we press the select this movement tool, and we can move me around. Or what you can do, which I actually like much more, is doing the magic brush tool, which is this, not that one. Oh crap, I lost it. So like, oh, I found it. Okay, so the magic wand tool right here. So what you do simply is just start scrubbing your character down, or whatever your selection is, and it will simply select it by itself, and it will select all the areas that you're grabbing besides just everything. So with this, you already have your selection as you see. But for this, I'm just going to do something like since our tutorial was more of just putting something into something like I usually do, we're gonna get a picture of a bitch. We're just gonna put that here. As you can see, a bitch. Anyway, so what you would do with this one, again, you would select your layer. Actually, first I always unlock, it's unlocked, okay. You select your layer. So I'm gonna use a selection square. And then you would take it out and you would use a movement layer right here to move that into this one by simply doing that. And sometimes your person is too big or something. You can just simply press the selection one again, select the layer with the thing on it, your one that's moved, press right click, find free transform, zoom out of it by holding Alt and then scroll wheel, or find the zoom out button, which is like one of these right here. I'm too lazy to explain. And just simply zoom, well, make your character smaller. And by doing so, you can also use width and height, but I just like doing this. Anyway, we do this, and then here I am. It's really kind of bad right here because obviously all the stuff is really not the color. The lighting is really bad because one was shot in the dark, one was shot in the light. Okay, I'm back. I had to close my door because Dad entered the house. Anyway, so one's really dark and one's really light because of the time of day. What some people would do is just adjust curves by going simply to channels and stuff, but I'm not doing a curves video, and I'll do that. I don't know if someone asks, but you can do anything with this. But if you want to take out specific things in here compared to like this, what you could do is just always make sure you select which layer you're going to delete stuff from, because it will delete the thing from that layer. It's sort of like selecting again, selecting within selecting, and you would just crop out whatever you want. Like let's just say I want my head only and my arms only. So I would just crop out my hands. Don't ask what this picture is from. And then I'll crop out, shut the f up, Cyrus. And I'll crop out my head, and then I'm a floating head. This is really crop out because I chose a really bad photo, but it's fine. Okay, and then, you know, bada bing, bada boom. I'm a floating head with floating pants. As simple as that. And when you do this, your selection, your whole layer will be still the same. It won't be like separated unless you make it separated. But it'll be the same right here. So as you can see, that works. And I would fix it more, but that's basically how you do it. And I'm just gonna quickly show you how to export. Well, check everything's good. Export as. If export as loads. Can this please load? I don't like looking at this picture. Okay, so you do that, and then you just go to pick what kind of format. Usually JPEG is my format. Choose a width, height, girth, I don't know, and just export all, and just choose your place, and bada bing bada boom, you got your fancy dancy Photoshop. And that's basically it. That's how you do putting people into different photos or items to different photos, and cropping basics. So yeah,